Alright, let's look at the homework 7.5, 7.6, problem number 12. Alright, so we want to find the distance, the shortest distance between the circle and the point. So they're using the distance formula, so this is actually a square distance, so we want to minimize this expression right there. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so since we're trying to minimize this is our f of x comma y, right? And this guy right here, I'm going to actually have to rewrite it. So this guy right here, I'm going to write it as, let's see, 1 minus quantity x minus 4 squared minus y squared is equal to 0. All right, this is our g of xy. So this guy is g of x comma y, right? So let's formulate capital F. So capital F is equal to, right, f of x. So it's x squared plus y minus 10 squared minus lambda times, right, so this, all these guys, so I'm going to just put bracket 1 minus quantity x minus 4 squared minus y squared. Right, so let's take the partials. So take the partial derivative of capital F with respect to x. Derivative of that, partial of that is 2x. Partial of that is 0. Right, partial of this is going to give you negative 2 quantity x minus 4. So with that, positive 2 quantity x minus 4, right, lambda, right, set that equal to 0. And a partial of capital F with respect to y would be, right, partial of that is 2 quantity y minus 10, right? Then you have partial of that is negative 2y with negative lambda, positive 2y lambda is equal to 0. All right, then the last one, partial with respect to lambda equal to 0. This always gives you the constraint. So this guy, so I'm going to just use that equation. So you have quantity x minus 4 quantity squared plus y squared is equal to 1. All right, so let's solve this. All right, so first thing I would do is divide through by 2. So I'm just gonna do that. All right, then solve for lambda. All right, so first subtract x from both sides. So you will get x minus 4 lambda is equal to negative x. All right, then we can just divide through by x minus 4 so that we can isolate lambda. So lambda is negative x over x minus 4. Right? And for the second equation, again, we're going to divide through by 2 so that we don't have to look at that. Right? Then we're going to plug this guy into lambda here. Right? So you will get this. So you will have, right, y minus 10 is still there, right? Then you have a y times negative x over x minus 4. So it's going to be a minus xy over x minus 4, right? So this is equal to 0, right? Then we take the common denominator. So in this case, x minus 4 would be a common denominator. So put that here, x minus 4, right? So we have to multiply y minus 10 by x minus 4. So y times x is xy. Right? Y minus negative 4 is negative 4y. And x times negative 10 is negative 10x. Right? Negative 10 and the negative 4 is positive 40. Right? Then we are subtracting xy. Right? So we can cancel xy here minus xy. Then we want to set this guy equal to 0. Alright, then you see that in order to make this guy equal to 0, we need to make the numerator equal to 0. I'm running out of space, I'm going to go down here. Right, so I'm coming from here and going down here. Right? Alright, so the numerator is negative 4y minus 10x plus 40. Right, we want this guy to be 0. Right, then I'm going to try to solve for y here. Right, so let's see. First thing I would do is divide through by 2. Because everyone seems to have 2 in it. Right, so you have, let's see, so 2, negative 2y, and minus 5x, right, plus 20, right, equal to 0, right. Then we're gonna add 5x and subtract 20 from both sides. So it's a negative 2y is equal to, right, so you have a 5x minus 20, which we can write it as 5 times, because 5 is in common, x minus 4. Right? Then finally we can just divide through by negative 2. Right? So y is going to be equal to negative 5 halves x minus 4. Right? Then we can just, so we got that. So we can just plug this guy into here, right? So maybe I should do that, right? That. So we want to plug this guy in here, right? So you will get, so that will give us, so we still have x minus 4 squared, right? Then if you square that guy, so it's going to be plus 5 squared would be 25, and 2 squared would be 4. Then you have x minus 4 squared, which we can combine. Just go ahead and combine it. So this is going to be 4 over 4 plus 25 over 4 would be 29 over 4. Quantity x minus 4 squared, which is equal to 1, right? 1. So we can solve this, right? First thing is we can just divide through, actually, maybe multiply. Multiply by reciprocal of this, 4 over 29, right? So that will give us quantity x minus 4 squared, because we multiply by the reciprocal, so it goes away. So it's going to be 4 over 29, right? Then we can take the square root of both sides. You have x minus 4 is going to be equal to plus or minus square root of this. Square root of 4 will be 2. Square root of 29 is, I guess, square root of 29. Right? Then finally, we can add 4 to both sides. So x is equal to 4 plus or minus 2 over square root of 29. Alright, then what we need to do is we have to determine which one is the right one, and we need to sketch the picture, just a ballpark picture. So this is a circle centered at the 4, 0. So we're looking at, so here's the x-axis, and here is the y-axis. Alright, and it's going to sit at the 4, 0. So 4, 0 is right here. And the radius is 1. So the circle is going to look like that. Oh, actually, maybe even smaller than that, right? So I'm going to just draw a small circle there. Alright, then the point we're looking at is 0, 10. So it's going to be 0, 10. So it's somewhere up here, right? So we're looking at the point here, and we're looking for the shortest distance, and it looks like this is going to be the point here. Alright, so the point here, the value, x value should be less than 4 at least. So if you have 4 plus 2 over square root of 29, that's bigger than 4. So we have to pick the one with the negative sign. So this is going to be the correct x value, right? Then y value is just coming from here, so we can compute it. Y is equal to, right, you have negative 5 over 2, right? Then you just have to plug in. X is 4 minus 2 over square root of 29. Then you have to subtract 4. So we can cancel 4 here and 4 there. Alright, then you have, let's see, 2 on the bottom, 2 on top, cancel out. Negative signs cancel out. So what you get is 5 over square root of 29. Alright, so x value we found, so here's the x comma y is equal to, right, x is 4 minus 2 square root of 29 over 29, and the 5 over square root of 29 is the y value. Alright, then all we have to do to find the distance, or you just have to plug this guy into this expression. D is equal to square root of x squared plus y minus 10 squared. Just plug this guy in here, square that, plug this guy in, square that. You can get the distance. I'll let you finish that. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.